Hello everyone, and ignore the image of the funny plane on the screen. Welcome. Welcome back to Rule the Waves 3. Yes, I know. We're live now, as we should be. Apologies, it's been a little bit of a while. But we are live! Once again. Apologies I'm slightly late. I know my schedule went out today and I'm not exactly running to time. But you must forgive me. Things didn't go quite as I planned today, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. But we're here now, and that's what matters. So, and before I forget, I'm actually going to put us back on to display capture. There we go. So, when last we left off, we just commissioned the Confederacy's first Dreadnoughts. The Arkansas class. Ships that, well, they are Dreadnoughts. They have central fire control. They have, directors. They have more guns than 4. They have the bare minimum, which is 6 for a Dreadnought. But because they only have 2 guns, 4 and a half, they're classified as pre-Dreadnoughts, even though they're really not. The Floridas, which will follow them, are now on the slips. And the next pair of Arkansas are nearly done as well. We have a design of destroyer building, and then we have the follow-on to that in the works. So, without further ado, let's keep things going into the Dreadnought era. No, we will absolutely back our ally unconditionally. And what I'm going to do is any of the destroyers that are going to take 9 months to commission. Actually, no, we'll finish the entire batch. It's worth doing. No. No, thank you. I have no need for that ship. No. No, I will project energetically. I have the prestige to project energetically. And so I will. Again. I have nothing really to fear from the Germans. They can't really get a force out here to fight me. Any war between us would basically be... Oh, yes, we will. Beating the army will has top priority, and we absolutely thrash them. Excellent. And of course, we do proper football here in the Confederacy, not American football. Of course we do. Nope. How dare he? Hit him in the face with a sledgehammer for spying for Germany. Oh, cross-deck fire. That's pretty good. Early airships. That's even better. Actually, as for the rest of them, scrap that set of destroyers. Handle it discreetly. No, we will actually denounce the aggressive policies of Russia. Hopefully give me more budget. Because I will need that. Want peace? Arm for more? Spend more on the Navy. I need that to lay down the next Florida. She's a little bit older than her siblings. But that's fine. We need bigger docks anyway. What's to follow them? The Frank Collins class have entered the fleet, which is fantastic. Which means the old... we'll keep the old destroyers around for now. If they get over 10, they'll be retired. But all the 500 and 600 tonners... Well, the 500 tonners are definitely going into mothballs. The 600 tonners are absolutely going into the... Actually, they can do 30 knots. They're fine in the active fleet. We do need more. We do need some of these new T4s. So the T4s, if you compare them to the previous ships, have a much, much heavier torpedo broadside. 5 tubes. Which for a 1912 destroyer is not a bad thing indeed. Yeah, absolutely. If a hawkish Confederate government wants to raise my spending limits, I am absolutely not going to tell them no. And since I have modern destroyers, I'm also not going to tell them that I'm not saying no to an even more powerful destroyer either. And since I have 3 centerline mounts, I may as well also carry a midships gun firing over the center tubes. And these ships now have a 6 torpedo broadside. And given the cost, I plan to build at least 10 of these new destroyers. Ah, superimposed X-turret. That's a very useful thing indeed. My plan is to actually build the Confederacy's first battle cruisers. Ah, direct to firing. Now that is something very useful indeed. The active fleet gets it first, so the Virginias will get it first. Yep. I know. They're low freeboard, but, well, they had to be. Serving in the Caribbean, they don't really need a high freeboard, and more to the point. Hello, Halfman. Hello, Veliki. Oh, sorry. Velik. Halfman. And the Air Force now that it is 1930, 1910. Well, yeah. Well, it's not so much the Air Force, it's the fact that, well, airships. But yes, we can also beat the Air Force with fire. Okay, so yep, so our Floridas are going to get, medium-range subs. That is a very valuable tech, especially this early on. Nope, back our ally unconditionally. We're the Confederacy. Sensible decision-making? And the new battleship Oklahoma is also going to commission into the... Oh, you've got to be joking me. Really? She's the only Arkansas fitted with direct firing. Well, it's fine. It's fine. We'll fix that later. It's fine. Stonewall Jacksons, they have central firing, and so do the Franklin Buchanans. With the new generation of ships, the Franklin Buchanans are going to the breakers. Don't really need them. We're getting modern destroyers. I am, however, going to, especially this early on, I'm going to build a batch of 10 medium-range submarines. Ah, so that's what the Spanish are building. Oh my, they've really gone cold to the fast battleship. That's aggressively powerful. I don't like that one iota, ladies and gentlemen. I do not. No. Get the Navy League to protest against the social programs. I ain't got time for social programs. There we go. So, Arkansas, Oklahoma. No, we will actually spend more on the fleet. Because if I do that, I can then afford to lay down the Confederacy's first battle cruisers. I've got a few options that I want to pursue. But let's see what the auto designer gives me. I'm not too keen on that. I'm not too keen on that either. Well, that I'm more happy with. Medium range. It does not need to be that heavily protected. And if we're going with 13-inch guns, fine. 3 twins. That is absolutely fine. In fact, that is more than fine. But yeah, if we're not going with twins, then yeah, the battlecruiser Sumter, 28 knots, medium range, decent protection, armed with 13-inch guns. It doesn't have an immunity zone against its own guns. Ugh, well, that's the bricks in it. Battlecruisers are not really supposed to be armored against their own guns. Well, it'll have to do. Not a perfect ship by any metrics, but I need to get at least 3 of them in service. So 2 unassigned captains have had a squabble. It's fine. I don't really care if they want to shoot at each other on their own time when they're not commanding a warship. That's their prerogative. 4 centerline... Of course. Typical. Well, we'll build a bigger dockyard to take advantage of that for the next generation of Confederate battlecruiser. I will blame Spain. I will blame Spain because they are a convenient scapegoat. Can we build two of these at the same time? Okay, quick question. We're currently building 3 battleships every build cycle. I can add a battlecruiser to that. Or we can have a year of battlecruisers where we build no other capital ships. I'm of the opinion that I want some form of successor to follow the Floridas. My probable choice for that is basically in order to keep costs down and make the repeats easier to do, is a repeat design carrying basically 13-inch guns. 9 13-inch guns in 3 triples. As it'd keep costs down. And if I want to do that, then I've got to basically... Yeah, no, we absolutely need to repeat the Floridas, I think. Although, actually, let's see what the alternative is. No... Although, we have 4 centerline turrets. Yeah. Okay, I know what the next ship's going to be. So... Right, where are those boats? Remove the boats. Get rid of the boats. Don't need the boats. Get rid of the boats. Boats. Okay, because we have 4 centerline turrets. So... Why would we have 2 mounts when we can have 1 centerline mount instead? Does mean that everything has to be casemated, but that's fine. A secondary battery does not need to be that heavy. And the ships do not need to do more than 21 knots. If I can get away with it... 8 13-inch guns. 21 knots. Decently protected for its size. If I get rid of the aft superimposed... If I get rid of the forward centerline mount... Could I get away with triples? Nope. No, I know. I can't. So my best choice is to have 8 guns. Right. Yeah, the best choice is to have 8 guns in 4 twins. I'm fine with that. Honestly, that's not a bad design. Hey, Ruinon. Oh, dear. Do both. So, okay, both battleships and battlecruisers, Halfman, is that what you're saying? Both battleships and battlecruisers. Okay, in that case... Oh, I just lost the design. Well, okay, first things first, we will actually lay down Sumter, as Halfman suggested. Get her on the slips, because she's on the slips. Actually, hang on. Looking at Sumter's design... Hang on a minute. She is slim and trim. No, we don't... Oh. Come on, we have... Actually, let's just go to Italy. No. Why are they obsessed with designs like this? I didn't want to... Perfect. Why does it only want to give me that hull? Okay, fine. I do have an alternative choice, though. Well, first things first. That rear mast and that scaffolding crane is going to be removed. That rear superstructure is also going to be removed. Group those turrets centrally. Increase the size of the ship to keep a clear delineation. Up the protection on the belt and the turrets. And the deck protection. Which gives the ships a good immunity zone. Up the caliber of guns to 13 inches. Drop the number of guns down to that. Get me an aft superimposed double turret. These ships are going to have a very heavy broadside pointing aft. But that's not exactly surprising, given who they're serving. If I go for normal engines... Yeah, okay, perfect. This will be the North Carolina-class battleships. There we go. So they will go on the slips after that. So the Sea Lumpkin destroyers... that means I've got... How many destroyers is that? I've got... Yeah, honestly, with that, the 300-tonners and 400-tonners could just go to the breakers. I don't need them knocking around. Did we get light cruiser? As in light armored cruiser in ship design? No, we did not. Okay, in that case then, I'm torn between one of two design options. Reworking the Alexandras. Or reworking the Midgevilles. Although... That being said... There is a third option. With... Oh no, because we can't have... It's protected cruiser, because we don't have... Yeah, we don't have light armored cruiser yet, so we can't do that. So in that case, then... If I do... like that, but have a dual gun turret fore and aft, that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-gun broadside with a 10 4-gun secondary battery as well. Okay. Yep, give me central firing, give me speed, give me oil plus turbines. 1913, a speed of 26 knots is perfectly acceptable for a cruiser like this, which is more heavily armed. And this will be the DeSoto class cruiser. And the plan is to phase out a lot of the older cruisers. Well, not all of them. Some of them won't be able to be phased out, but some will be. And hopefully, that shouldn't take too long. While I'm thinking about it... Halfman says, your month balance is not on the... well, thing is, Halfman, what I would like to say to that is basically there's no point building ships when, well... There's no point building ships when, do you have a streaming or video release schedule? I do. It's actually in the schedule for I'll actually take you to it if I can. It won't let me. Never mind. It won't let me, which is a shame. But yes, there is a schedule for the Twitch streams on my Twitch, and there is a YouTube live stream on Mondays and Fridays usually. There's a recorded video goes out Thursdays, and there is, like I said, there's a YouTube stream Monday and Friday. There's a YouTube video Thursday. There's a Twitch stream Tuesday evening, Wednesday evening, and Sunday evening. All being well and everything, and nothing else getting in the way. That's not always the case, however. No, I will balance the budgets very, very carefully, because I'm watching tensions with the British rise, and I don't like that. I will build another Sumter-class battlecruiser, and one of our new light cruisers. Okay, there we go. So that is... Okay, so first battle div is now the Arkansas. There we go. And the Stonewall Jacksons go into the Mothball fleet. The Virginias go into the reserve fleet. And that buys me a little more budget. Okay. Oh, cool. So the Floridas are actually faster than they were built to be, which is good. Which is fantastic. And then the North Carolinas are ready for construction, so they go straight down on the slips immediately. Fantastic. I'll burn some prestige for a higher budget. I absolutely will. Oh, a light cruiser armor configuration. Well, looks like the DeSoto's going to be a class of 1. Which is fine. Means I can thoroughly redesign what I think a light cruiser should be. That is not what I think a light cruiser should be. That's more like it. Give me another single 6-inch forward. Please and thank you. Oil-fired engines, if you please. Give me only an inch of deck armor. Give me an extended belt. 4 6-inch guns and that level of speed. I am actually really happy with that. What I will do, though, is I'm going to carry a very small battery of 6 3-inch guns. Just as a, oh good lord, the ship is on fire moment. And no, I'm not talking about aircraft, because we don't know what those are yet. There we go. One thing I found in Rule the Waves is that... Ah, good. A chance to get rid of somebody idiotic. Oh, wow, we do not have many idiotic people at all. Or do we? Whoa, hold on. A below-average officer in charge of one of our Dreadnought battleships? I don't think so. Okay, so that's the other Florida gone, so that means the next North Carolina goes down on the slips. Very good indeed. Next size of dockyards up, still being built. Okay, Gaines is ready for construction. Lay down one of her. Actually cheaper than the ships that she was supposed to serve with. That's fine. There you go. Rotate your super firing forward turret. Well, thing is, Velik, it's not a super firing forward turret. That's why it's facing backwards. It's not a super firing turret. Okay, so that's... So the next Florida's 4 months away from being completed. We've commissioned 10 submarines. No, strengthen our navy. If the President is concerned about British expansionism, let me strengthen our fleet. Let me lay down another Sumter-class battlecruiser. Let me bulk up the Confederate fleet to a point where I can risk fleet the British. Because I'm getting there. I am actively getting there in terms of battleship numbers. Beautiful. Yeah, the British just got very, very annoyed. That's fine. We've got the escorts we need. We've got a new tranche of destroyers. Let me come up with a new war emergency build. Yeah, let me remove the midships 3-inch. Put that aft. Like that. Let me remove the centerline swivel mount forward. And let me instead go for a very heavy... torpedo broadside either side of this ship. Like that. Actually, no, that's a bit much. That's a bit more than we actually can afford. Hang on, what if... Oh, hang on. What if I do 2... Yeah, what if I do 2 centerline triple mounts? There we go. And then I can have... a pair of double tubes. Yeah. Or can I go... Actually, a pair of singles? There we go. Look at that. Fantastic. Seven tube broadside. You love to see it. Charles Conrad class destroyers. Ideal for that war with Britain that might possibly, slightly, little bit, be about to break out. Well, that means the Stonewall Jacksons are going to be reprieved from the Cutter's Torch, which has been annoying. It's fine, though. Well, we need a 4th division, 4th battle div. Which will be the Florida class. And the North Carolinas. I wouldn't normally lay down the next North Carolina before her predecessors off the slips. But I kind of need to, given the war that's about to come. We actually have now much larger dockyards. And the only thing I'm really going to change is that all the turrets that are flat on the deck are... Well, actually, not all of them. The fore and aft turret are going to be triples now. Which will get me up to 10 13-inch guns on the broadside. Which I am absolutely happy with. Oh, better torpedo defense. Don't mind if I do. Fantastic. And that will give me an even better follow-on. Problem is the British Dreadnoughts. Well, all of them are only up... Well, some of them are faster. Benbow and Formidable, the two one-offs they've built, are faster. 23 knots, but they've only got 10-inch guns. Sorry, 12-inch guns. The Orions are slower. They are basically Dreadnoughts. And the Resolutions are slower and weaker still. The British battle cruisers are concerning me because they are very much not... Well, they're very much invincible alikes, but they are much more heavily armoured. Well, Queen Mary drops a belt of armour as well. The Inflexibles are just horrific. I don't know why they built them. The Courageous is a bit of a weird one-off. Andromedas, again, same thing. So a lot of the very similar designs. I'm fairly confident, given this, because our Sumters are faster, can fire 6 13-inch guns at more angles than they can, and are more heavily protected. Problem is, they won't be in service until 1917. The British have a tranche of new battleships building. They aren't building any new battle cruisers, though. So that does mean there is a potential for the Sumters to remedy things in that area. I presume armoured cruisers have fallen off in terms of British new building. Yeah. They built one, the Ariadne. It presumably is a one-off experimental design, but there's nothing following her. British light cruiser numbers are catastrophically low, however. Just 2 classes, the Leanders and the Constances. So there may be an option there. I have to hope, however, that war doesn't break out. Well, I may as well lay down some war emergency destroyers just in case war does come. We're at war warning, but we're not there yet. Tensions may calm down. Absolutely not. I'm not having you blowing up one of the ships of Great Britain at anchor. Absolutely not. We're at war warning. We may not end up going to war. I would like to keep it that way. Thank you. With early aircraft, it's always reliability. For early fighters, it's reliability and maneuverability. Come on. Well, never mind. That's going to be annoying. No, Franklin Buchanans are not going to get built until the first of the North Carolinas leave the slips. Right, okay. Shunt the... Hey up! Hey! Georgia's commanded by a Captain Halsey of the Confederate Navy. Okay, so we need to shunt these into 4th Battle Div. We need to reactivate the Stonewall Jacksons, even though they are long in the tooth. Along with the Virginias as well. For 12 battleships total. We don't have any battle cruisers, and that is honestly mildly concerning. But it'll have to do. We do have modern submarines, however. And I'm going to build a single medium submarine every month while we are at war. It's going to be costly to do, but it's worth it. I'm going to halt the last Sumter. She won't be finished in time for the conflict's conclusion. The two others might be. Sumter and Confederate States. I'm not going to halt the North Carolinas because you never know when you might need things to replace losses. Gentlemen, we fought the British. Are you still doing stuff like this in Conch Kingdom? No. CK is not... North America, we're very busy soon, it seems. Yes, Hoffman, you're quite right. North America will be very busy soon. There we go, thank you. Right, for a second there, everything went a bit tougher shaped. But yes, so... no, we need more trade protection ships. We got rid of all the old cruisers, didn't we? Well, Eastport... Problem with Eastport is that they're still... No, they're going to do 19 knots. So Eastport and one of the Archers are going on trade protection. The Midgevilles we can't afford to lose. The Able Marls only do 20 knots. It's not ideal. And the Peter Murphys come out of mothballs straight into trade protection work. We've got the first 4 boats of a war emergency class being built. Well, it'll have to do. Okay, so the first... Oh yeah, of course we're blockaded. Let me check. Where is the primary strength? Oh, they've moved a massive force into the Caribbean. I suppose it's up to us to try and fight it. First thing, though... Want an airship base in Havana? An airship base in Guantanamo Bay. An airship base in Miami. An airship base in Pensacola. An airship base in Maracaibo. And an airship base in Puerto Cabello. I'm not convinced about aircraft for now. However, the scouting utility of airships I absolutely cannot disregard. Problem is it's some of our older battleships and supporting forces. Ugh, what a horrible thought. No, it's some of our older cruisers. Battleship engagement. Okay, now we're talking. Oh, that's too many ships. That's too many. It's all of our modern ships, none of our older ones. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Well, if the worst comes to the worst, we can withdraw southwards towards Venezuela. If it comes to that, it may not. One of our ships is out and about. That's something. What do we know? Where was the unknown ship sighted? Where? DD John Wilkinson sights an unknown ship. Okay. Other side of Christiansted. Okay. Can we get an identification on what it is? Looks to be a simple patrol vessel. Apart from that, I've no clue. Well, here comes something else. 2 columns of... Are those battleships? What are we looking at? Right, show us what we're dealing with here. If those are battle cruisers, we basically have to run. Because if that's the battlecruiser force, then the battleship force will be stupidly larger. I can't tell. Are those battleships or are they battlecruisers? I have no way to tell. Okay, so there's 3 battlecruisers. And... Wait, hold on. Those are pre-dreadnoughts. Okay. That changes things a little bit. That changes things just a little bit. Because at that point, the entire arithmetic changes. Because their pre-dreadnoughts are no match for mine. Because mine aren't pre-dreadnoughts. They're the Confederacy's first dreadnought battleships. I didn't have centerline turrets, I didn't want to go for wings, so I went for two triple 11s. They're also fighting at angles that suit me and inconvenience them. That battleship is getting very close to my line, and he is going to regret doing that. I don't know why you'd get so ridiculously close. I'm just going to win that engagement. I don't think I've got the chance to inflict a devastating blow here. Oh, why has the Lady Davis been hit by a torpedo? That is really not what I wanted to see right now. It's fine, it's fine. Where was she? Wait, where was she? How was she hit by a torpedo? She's behind the battle. Never mind, rule the waves, torpedoes being what they are. Yeah, I'm not surprised she sank. Horace Hunley can pick up the survivors. She has to, basically. Break away, make sure we don't take torpedo hits ourselves. And make sure we keep those big 11-inch guns banging away. Their dreadnoughts are running away from the rest of their force. And we've got more chances to land a lucky hit than they do. We're fairly concentrated. I'm not running away from half my squadron. I'm keeping the force together, engaging as a unit, and that's enabling us to pour fire into their dreadnoughts. Oh, hang on, what's happened to poor old New Mexico? She's going to make 9 knots, so we can't have that. Circle around, make sure she doesn't die. Can we also do the same thing to one of their pre-dreadnoughts, I wonder? It's a lark coming in a little bit close for my liking. But we are working over one of the KGBs. Oh, the Audacious just got a massive hit, I can see that. Oh, there come the Formidables. Put some 11-inch rounds into them. Oh, that's a good set of 11-inch hits on Formidable there. Yeah, she's one of their fast battleships. But again, what that's given them is it's given them a ship that's effective, but it's costly. Problem is I don't have my big 13-inch guns, which I would ideally want for a war like this. I basically need to fight a delaying action until night. When night arrives, we can break away in clean order. I don't think I'm at any risk of losing any of the ships in my force. As long as I keep them reacting to me, we should be able to get away with it. And inflict significant damage upon them as well. Again, that poor old Formidable is taking round after round after round. There has to come a point where the Admiral in charge goes, enough, no more, you would hope. I mean, my Confederate crews are proving their gunnery time after time after time. Okay, come on, lads. That's it. Land some more hits on formidable. Come on, that's it. Give me, yeah, that's it. Give me some good 11-inch salvos. That's the way. That's the way. Get them at an angle. Get them at an angle so that we... Oh, poor old South Carolina. How was Arkansas hit by a torpedo? Fired by what? And where is her sister? Oh, she's there. No, that's the ex-British cruiser Essex. Okay, that's a bit weird. Yeah, South Carolina needs to... We need to break away now. Otherwise, we're going to have trouble. We're going to lose one battleship here. Arkansas took an unlucky torpedo hit. There's basically a rudder's jammed. She's sailing straight into their line. There's nothing they can do there. They managed to unjam it, but yeah, Arkansas's been cut off. The only thing that can be done is to leave her. Unless our destroyers get exceptionally lucky, and I don't believe they will. No, we're going to lose we've lost Arkansas. Well, we hit an enemy destroyer with torpedoes, but that's some small luck to me. Still, our destroyers are aggressively pursuing the enemy. So hats off to them. Torpedoes away, no hits scored, sadly, but they are being harassed into leaving us alone. Which is what we needed to do to make a nice clean break. As long as we can save the South Carolinas, we'll be alright. And we just have to do so we can break contact. If we can do that, we're alright. And the British are being forced to stay away by continued torpedo volleys from our destroyers. Why is Spray avoiding torpedo? A British submarine must be nearby. She was lucky to avoid getting hit. But avoid getting hit, she absolutely did. That is not ideal. At all. I don't know who that destroyer captain is, but the captain of the A.P. Boardman is fighting the fight of his life up there. He's absolutely preventing us from being pursued too closely. While the fires on South Carolina are fought so she can resume more speed than she currently has. This is not good. This is really not good. We were caught too early. That's one of our battleships that just got destroyed, isn't it? Yep. So that's 2 we've lost. Only Oklahoma's left. Florida and Georgia can fight, but they're battered. I think we're looking at well, worse than Jutland, actually. We haven't even inflicted any losses on the British in return. Okay, we have to... I know her speed increases her flooding, but if we don't get her away from the British, we're going to be in trouble. Okay, it's now night, drop speed to 7 knots, break southwest. If we break away from the expected line of contact, the chances of the British encountering us in the night is slim to none. Gentlemen, my proposal is that we leave this war as soon as possible. Use this battle as an opportunity to break away from the conflict. We suffered a defeat. If we end the conflict now, we should be able to avoid giving up too much territory. It may only be indemnities we have to pay. Because that was brutal. Our ships gave a good account of themselves, but it didn't matter. Yeah, halt the second most advanced of the North Carolinas. Can't really afford them. Well, the Floridas are in, but all but one of the Arkansas class is dead. That was not ideal in the slightest. It's two of our older battleships. Well, it's... Yeah, get me Alabama. Get me another one of our pre-dreadnoughts. If we're supposed to be defending a convoy and all they're sending is cruisers, there should be a chance for us to get a fairly easy win. So we can strike out negotiations on our own terms. I hope. Well, one of their ships was hit by a torpedo. Their Martin class is also dead, which is good. Nope. I'm not going to ask them to pick up destroyers, the survivors from a Martin class. Well, there come their cruisers, and oh yes, that is some of our pre-dreadnought battleships. Yes, are you going to stick around? No, I didn't think you were. Thank you kindly. Oh, they're coming back. Brave of them. Increase to 15 knot speed to make sure we get up with the convoy. So they can't get to it. Put ourselves to seaward of the convoy. I think they're going to Baracoa. If they get there, we should be okay. Fingers crossed. No opposing ships are inside each other. Okay. Well, that's a decent shot in the arm after the disaster that was the last engagement. Well, there are our airship bases. That'll help us scout the British. The French are going to join the war. We have to leave this conflict as soon as we can. And with as much of the fleet intact as physically possible. No, I'm not taking that fight. There's no way that fight doesn't end horrifically. The only chance I have of engaging in this war in any reasonable satisfaction of success is if I can get the battle cruisers out before it ends. If that happens, I might be able to pull some sort of military solution from it. But I doubt it. Again, I'm not taking battleship engagements. Even with the 3 Floridas back in action, it's still not worth it. We don't have the proto-dreadnoughts to bulk out the numbers. Fine. If the politicians are complaining, then can we end the war, please? Yeah, negotiate now, secure a peace. Damn it. That's fine. Is it just... Okay, that could have been worse. It's... Okay, all of the Florida class is gone. That's a problem, but we can live with it. Oklahoma's gone. That's a problem, but we can live with it. Guantanamo Bay is ceded from the Confederacy to France. That could have been so much worse. So much worse. The French got Guantanamo Bay, but we kept Venezuela, and we kept Cuba proper. So that's honestly fine. We lost the Floridas. Again, that's a bit of a problem, but we can work around that. I'm going to finish the battle cruisers first and foremost, because those need to be brought into the fleet as quickly as possible. The lack of them during the last war nearly cost us basically everything. Oh, quadruple turrets, eh? Did we? We had a design of battleship, didn't we, that we were going to follow on from the North Carolinas? Yeah, the Franklin Buchanans. Well, I may as well go full France. I'm not losing anything any other way. That gives me 11 guns. Yeah. Yeah, we absolutely are going to mention the importance of a steel industry and a large navy to the Prime Minister. Especially, you know, as we need to rebuild the Confederate States Navy. After the disastrous circumstances that we just went through. We got lucky. That could have been so much worse. So much worse. No, thank you, Britain. Right. Mothball the Stonewall Jacksons. The Virginias will have to serve until the North Carolinas enter service. Mothball the armoured cruisers. Mothball all the Albemarles and the last surviving Alexandria. Mothball everything that isn't a spray. Sorry, reserve fleet everything that isn't a spray class armoured cruiser. Mothball the Peter Murphys. No thank you, Germany. No thank you, Italy. Not now. I need to resume construction on our battleships. If you want peace, arm for war, spend more on the navy. I need to rebuild. Basically, everything currently on the stocks has to be finished. Nope. Not signing a naval arms limitation. Not doing it. Everything we have that is currently on the stocks has to be finished. We cannot afford to not. Congress, to be polite and blunt, we literally just lost a war because the Navy wasn't ready. And you want to reduce naval spending? Politely, they're idiots. Yeah, I'm going to spend more money on upgrading my dockyards. I need it. No thank you. But I will get that. The problem is I'm looking at this and I'm going... Yeah, go on. Have a crack. Oh, okay, Germany acted faster than us and Angola is under their control. Confederate African colonies will have to wait. Okay, Confederate States has finished working up. That is good. Once we finish North Carolina, we need to consider... Oh, we've got the Buchanans, haven't they? And they will have to follow on. No alternative, it has to be done. Suppress all socialist propaganda in the Navy. We have to. We have to. I can't afford to keep building at the rate we are. I have to prioritize prioritize finishing the battleships first. They absolutely have to have priority. Well, that's good. Oh, I need that, but I can't afford it. Yes, I will absolutely buy that. Let me just bring myself out of debt quickly for one turn. Well, the world economy has recovered. That's good. The Russians can buy that, because that gives me some more money to keep going. No, thank you, Russia. I don't need that. Nope. You are not cutting my naval budget to feed poor people. I need it. No, I don't need that either, thank you, the United States of America. What I need is to finish off North Carolina. Yes, buy that company, produce rangefinders. Oh, that's good. Secondary battery directors and directors for cruiser guns. That's good. Okay, now we can finish the last Sumter quickly. Well, that helps a little bit. The North Carolinas can be assigned to first battle div. And the Sumters can be assigned to first battle cruiser division. The Virginias can now go into the reserves as well as pre-Dreadnoughts. They're not really that good or useful. That buys me a little bit more money, but not that much. Put the 22 knot ships in the reserve fleet for now, because that buys me enough to get another gains. Just, and we need another one rapidly. That was our Dreadnought race windfall, and we wasted it by having a war. We're not going to get that windfall again anytime soon. Not even nothing close to it. Oh, and look at that. That's a horrific ship. The Ramillies. Just better protected, better armed. In basically every way. Hang on, where's Franklin Buchanan? Well, there's Franklin Buchanan. Can we... Okay, so that uses our new 14-inch gun. I don't mind that, particularly. 23 knots, speed-focused engines, 2.5 inches of deck armor, 3-inch turret tops, has a immunity zone to its own guns, drop the secondary gun armor down a tab. Can I squeeze 24 knots out of it? If I can get 24 knots, I'm happy. Do I really need 16 6-inch guns as a secondary battery? Will 12 do? I'm fairly certain 12 will do. And that gives me 25 knots. Okay, South Carolina class. It's quite clear to me that... I do wish the minister would politely shut his gob and let those who understand the Navy manage it. The Navy's finances are well managed. If you could give me more aircraft, I could do my... More money, I could do my job. If you're not going to give me more money to rebuild the fleet in the aftermath of the disastrous war we just fought, then I'm sorry. But... I don't know what to tell you. Scrap the old armoured cruisers. Oh, that's right. Lapwing had good success during the last war. Could I rebuild Spray as a light carrier? Could do. If we refit the Sprays to be light carriers, there are 21 knot ships to begin with. Can they take... Okay, 24 knots. Okay, 24 knots is fine. Not a problem. I'll take reliable focused engines instead. Move the guns so they're in a decent position. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. That can't be all the aircraft we can carry, surely. Need to be able to carry 21 aircraft. Just stripping off all the belts and everything else. Even trying to keep 21 knots wouldn't let me do that. It's annoying. 13 aircraft. It's better than nothing, I suppose. Yes. No, not right now. I don't want to rebuild them just yet. Oh, for the love of Mike, if you don't give me the money to rebuild the Navy, I'm never going to get it to the point where he can fight anybody ever again. Everyone else's budgets are so far in ahead of mine now, apart from the Spanish, it's not even funny. Our dockyards are complaining about lack of usability. If the Confederate government doesn't give me money soon, well, we're in a bit of a pickle. Well, that grants me a little bit of help. Not much help, but it's a little bit of help. Torpedo bombers, range and reliability, as always. Not right now, Germany. Oh, we got superimposed B turret just in time. No, thank you, Italy. We do not need 3-inch guns. Okay. Well, that's going to complete the North Carolina and Sumter classes, much later than they were supposed to be, but still. It completes them. No, I'm not buying a single old destroyer. Well, 100 nautical mile range torpedo bomber? Absolutely. Well, that helps us with that. We need to build more Gaines-class cruisers. Like, we need to completely rejuvenate the cruiser fleet. We've got new battleships and battle cruisers. They can serve for now. Nope, we absolutely will spike up the Balkans crisis, because that will grant us more funding. Funding I can use to lay down a South Carolina-class battleship. The first of what I hope will be a trio of such ships. Really? Well, now I have to pay money to build another one. Typical. Absolutely typical. Yep, give me a new fighter. Firepower and maneuverability are what I want from our new fighter. Good lord. Oh, I really don't need that. No, get the Navy League to protest against the proposal. I do not need social programs. I need more money. Get rid of the Stonewall Jacksons. They're old. They're pathetic. No, I'm burning prestige. I need the money. No, I don't need new ramshackle destroyers from God knows where. Yeah, first battle div. Thank you. And then you do first battle cruiser division. Three battle cruisers and 3 dreadnought battleships when we were supposed to have 6 and we were supposed to have 9 and 3. It all went wrong. It all went so very wrong. The rush of funding that comes during the Dreadnought race barely ever comes again. No, send some of our oldest ships. I need the budget. I absolutely need the budget. With aircraft now actually maturing at a fairly rapid rate, I am going to build a few air bases. Build an air base in Miami. And one in Tampa. Build one in Havana. And one in Baracoa. Also, build me 2 MB. Build me 4 MBT. So yeah, build me 2 MBT squadrons in Cuba. There we go. Yep, absolutely sell to anybody who wants to buy. That offsets the cost of constructing our new aircraft, which is something. No, hush it up. I want to stop poking the British. We got lucky the first time, we got absolutely bodied the second. The third will basically probably be the end of us. So I do not want to go through that again. I am, however, going to drastically improve some of our older battleships to try and keep them competitive as we head into the era of the aircraft. No, no. You've already reduced armament expenditures. No, absolutely not. You reduce the armament expenditures anymore, I'm not going to be able to modernize the Navy. And that will be tantamount to unacceptable. Send a battleship to Africa. I mean, well, with the Confederacy, how could we not? Well, that raises tensions with everybody, but it means the Germans have come out ahead, which I am absolutely fine with. Improve director, increase elevation, director for the secondary guns. That's fine. Rebuild the Sumters and rebuild them quick. Oh, thank God for the Hawk Party. New dots completed. Suppress all socialist propaganda. There we go. Okay. Brilliant. Fantastic. Well, South Carolina is basically going to be a one-off. Because what follows her is going to be basically a much better version of the same design. Stephen Mallory class. 10 14-inch guns, 25 knots. Yes, it'll put our budget in the red temporarily. We can afford it. It's fine. 15-inch guns. As fun as it would be to run around with Germany, do not send fishing boats into our coastal waters. You know this. Yep, Stephen Mallory class. Which is basically the preceding ship, but now with forward and aft pairs of superfiring turrets and amidships. Twin. Although the next ship of the class is actually going to take things in a bit of a different direction. And is going to try and use that to actually get reliable engines on the same sort of design, which it actually can. And add an inch of armor to the turret roofs and an inch of armor to the turret faces. And that'll be the James Longstreet class. Oh, really? Oh, fair. Okay, fine. It's weird with a quad firing over a twin, but it gives me 8 guns, which I'm fine with. And it does mean I can thicken the deck and the belt, which I wanted to do. It's a weird way to get 8 guns, but it works. But yeah, let the Italians have that. I'm fine with that. Well, that gives us 3 Gaines-class cruisers. I'll keep the Albemarles and the Alexandrias for convoy duty. The McRae's can stick around. Well, Diana can go. She was a one-off bought from the Russians anyway. The McRae's, I think, can be re-engined to work with the De Soto class. It costs as much as building a new cruiser, and at that point, why wouldn't you just build an improved Gaines? We got the Archer class. Why wouldn't you just build a new? Why wouldn't you just build a new cruiser? There we go. Well, I'm having to build my battleships in pairs now, which is a bit annoying. 6 more destroyers? I'm sure I can come up with 6 more destroyers. I'm fairly certain. Should be in the budget somewhere. We'll stick with a warmed over Charles Conrad design. Basically down to the fact that I see no point radically increasing the size of the ships. When what I need really is economy, rather than anything else. I'll give it another 100 tons to get the weight I want in it. Ah, well, no dual-purpose guns, that's fine. There we go. That will do. Not perfect, but it'll do. On the one hand, honestly, I can't really turn down another Stephen Mallory. I really can't. I need the extra battleship. Despite how much extra it actually costs to build. Well, that's good. No, okay, now I absolutely can't afford that. I can afford that, though. If I do that, that gets me a little bit closer to staying over the budget that month. Well, that's good. A new float plane. Halt the most advanced Stephen Mallory. Give the budget some time to recover. Okay. Yep, thank you. Okay, 16-inch guns. Well, that changes things massively. At that point, I'm not going to build the ship I thought I was going to build. Our next ship will just be a ship armed with 16-inch guns. 4 twins. Same hull as before. But 4 twin 16s. And we'll call that the Stonewall Jackson. Well, at the end of the day, I'll get what I want. I'll get 3 new battleships of 25 knots that can serve in a new battle squadron. I'm going to blame the United States for being imperialist. How dare they? I need new cruisers. I'm gonna have to build more archers. I wanted to build a Stonewall Jackson, but I don't really have the money for it. Well, I can assign the South Carolina to 2nd Battle Division, at least. The Virginias now basically need to slip into mothballs. I need the money. Basically to start building a pair of destroyers each year. Nope, we will give it aggressive publications. Well, I can build another... Actually, no, if I'm that close to 1,000, lay down another Archer-class cruiser. I need them. I absolutely need them. Floatplane Scout, range and reliability. Again, always the thing with floatplane Scouts you want. There we go. Efficient hull form. That's very good. Increased longitudinal flaming, enhanced warhead explosives. Okay, 2,000-ton displacement destroyers, but those are aggressively big compared to what I actually need. I need more smaller destroyers more than anything else. Given the way things are going, it seems like I will only end up ever building one class of battle cruiser, and that is the Sumters. Because with the way things are going, my ability to maintain a fleet of battleships and battle cruisers is becoming more strained by the day. Okay. Yes, absolutely. We will tell the president that we need more ships, because I absolutely agree. This time I'm not going to build another cruiser, I'm going to build another trio of destroyers. We will announce aggressive Italy. How dare they? How dare they do things? Okay, this one I'm going to use to build another archer. Again, this is basically down... This is 2 additional battleships? Right. You didn't give me the budget for that, did you? No. No, you didn't. Okay. Alright. Fine. Fine. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. We're going to halt construction on all 4 of the battleships. And we are going to save up enough money so that... Okay, give me a new light cruiser design, thank you. That is not what I expected. It's also far too much ship for what I want. But if we do that, I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it if we do that with it. 8 6-inch guns on that sort of hull. Carries a single float plane. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. 7,500 tons. Yeah, I'm absolutely happy with that as the next generation of Confederate armored protected cruiser. Let me know when the review of the battleship program is coming up. That should be next month. Yeah, I'll buy depth charge throwers. I'm basically saving up to allow the program to run. Speed, so range and reliability. Not yet. I'm going to wait until the first pair of archers is done. So it should be next turn. Captain Moore, below average, well connected. Sure, I'll let him do that. I am going to assume that the next battleship building thing is the month after this one, and resume construction. Yep, there we go. Next month I was actually dead on right. Okay, so that's Clarence in the Navy now. Below blame the United States. Funnily enough, the US is actually... The US is actually basically a peer. We've... Oh shit, the Tallahassees are still knocking around, aren't they? I'll keep them around for convoy escort. They can be quite useful. Actually, I am actually gonna go through with the rebuild of the sprays into the Confederacy's first light carriers. Now. Nope. Deny any involvement. Oh. I wonder where some of that budget was going. It was going into operations that we really don't need to do anymore, because I'm not at war with anybody. Improved 9-inch guns. Torpedo bombers. Ooh, look at that increase in range. Yes, we will actually accept medium bombers, and again, range and reliability, that's what matters. I will explain the quote was taken out of context, because that gives me budget at the cost of prestige. So the Isaac Browns are done. I am going to design a 1,600-ton destroyer. Do we have quadruple torpedo mounts? I don't think we do. Oh, no, we do! Fantastic. And basically, most of the increased size is going into ensuring that the deck is not completely crowded. There we go. Fantastic. It is not completely crowded. Okay, improved wet heater engine. Fantastic. Southern Eagle has designed a new float plane. That is worse than our current one. Go away. So the Stephen Mallory's nearly out. The Stonewall Jacksons are coming down the line. So the Stephen Mallory's will complement South Carolina. So what will complement the Stonewall Jacksons? Probably a one-off ship, I would expect. Probably one with probably a Florida with very similar engine arrangements, possibly a slightly thicker deck with a thinner inclined belt to make up for it. Albert S. Johnson, yeah. Which means I can have a slightly... Yeah, keep the turrets as they are, but with an inclined belt I can actually have... Oh yeah, that's right, we've got all or nothing now, so I can get rid of the extensions on various other things and have that thicker deck that you would need, given the sort of guns we're knocking around with. Okay, the Braxton Bragg. That ship will be the one-off that will complement the Stonewall Jacksons as the third ship in their division. Hey, the Stephen Mallory's can do 26 knots. Beautiful. No, America. I am not letting my guard down. I am absolutely dependent on the naval spending. No, I'm not ready yet. Not ready. Not going to let the conflict go beyond a war warning. Not doing it. I'm going to build... I will build 2 of the new light cruisers, though. Okay, that's good. New medium bombers, get the one with longer range. See what chat's saying. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Velic. I just got so wrapped up in the game. Sorry, folks. But yeah. Did I win the war with the British? No. No, I did not. Halfman, you're quite right. The government did not give a crap about maintaining my budget. Which is annoying. But yeah, the reason I don't answer is because, like I said, I got very wrapped up in the game. The budget started flowing, so I got wrapped up in actually using that budget. So I'm going to expand all of our... expand all of our air bases and put bombing squadrons at all of them. I'm literally waiting for the Braxton Bragg to finish. So we can actually... yes, new fighter. Maneuverability and firepower, please. Thank you. Yep, lay down the Braxton Bragg. Nope, handle that discreetly and quietly. I wonder, though, if I drop the guns down to our very good 14-inch, if we give it speed-focused engines, and we push the turbines for 31 knots, drop the armor down to about 3.5-inch on the turrets and 3-inch on the deck, and accept 30 knots, we could get a new Confederate battlecruiser. Well, a new class of Confederate battlecruiser, I should say. And once the rebuilds are done, we'll have the money to actually pay for it. Stop protesting! We need the... Oh, you've got to be... Shh. That was our new battleship, wasn't it? Yep. Yep. That was literally the fresh off the press South Carolina. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. At that point, yeah, the dastardly act cannot remain unavenged. This means war. Well, war between the states, ladies and gentlemen. That is where we are at. And that means that basically... Well, everything comes back into the active fleet first and foremost, and the entire active fleet moves to the North American East Coast. If it isn't there already. That was one of our 3 modern battleships. That is incredibly frustrating. Ridiculously so. Yeah, honestly, Halfman, you're right. Yeah, watching spreadsheet intensively. I just kind of... Yeah, I'm sorry, Velik, I kind of got distracted. But yeah, I did not win the war with the British. But we are now at war with the US, and honestly, things are not so bad. They have 5 battlecruisers to our 3. Now, they have no battleships that could be considered fast battleships, and for some reason they built the diminutive, the Wisconsin. So they only have 4 full-size battleships. We have 5. Their battle cruisers are more of a problem. They operate rough equivalents to ours in the form of the United States class, with slightly thicker armor, slightly weaker guns, but the Constitution class are just far and away superior to the Sumter class we operate. We have a knot of speed on them, and we're going to have to use it. They have a single-armored cruiser, the New York. But she is unlikely to cause any problems. In terms of light cruisers, they updated far more readily than we did, and have a more modern fleet than we do. However, I'm fairly confident in our cruisers, and we do have the trump card of the Tuscaloosa's under construction. The US is not building any new light cruisers during this conflict. They have a carrier, the Corps. However, with our 2 light carriers that we're building, the Sprays, we can just about outmass her in terms of aircraft. We have 3 battleships on the slips. The United States has 2 battlecruisers on the slips. We're going to build a single coastal submarine every month during this conflict. And occasionally, we'll order batches of 3 bigger submarines. Yes, I will actually assign her that. Fighters and torpedo bombers is what we need. It's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. 5 battleships. What do we know in terms of what we're actually going to be fighting? Well, it's Appomattox plus DeSoto, which is something, plus some of our modern destroyers. Can we get another cruiser? Get me one of the other new ones. Beautiful. As long as it's not any of the United States battle cruisers or their one armored cruiser, we should be actually fine. Crank up to 25 knots, get us to the convoy. Our objective is to defend the convoy, not get into a slap fight with US warships. Are you kidding me? The convoy isn't where I thought it was? You've got to be joking. Of course! Of course, absolutely typical. Hand the AI a free pass, why don't you? It's only two. How many merges did they get? Not enough, thank God. Okay. Okay, we saw off that attack, thank God. Those reports from the east, though, were worrying. I really hope they're not true. Oh, please don't scatter. Thank you. Please do not scatter the convoy. As long as they didn't sink more than 6 merchantmen, we're fine. Yes. Oh, they did manage to sink enough merchant ships. Well, first blood to the United States. It's annoying. Well, we managed to sink... Really? Really? We lost a ship to mines? Are you kidding? Great. Okay. Right then. Well, in that case, then that really does settle it. And I need a fleet of war emergency corvettes. Yep, thank you. I need about 18 such ships. I'm going to pause one. I'm going to pause Braxton Bragg to see that I get them. Ah, convoy attack. Is it our battle cruisers? Oh, we're blockading them. Oh, it's our battle cruisers plus one of our carriers. Okay. Alright, I'm fairly confident here. I am fairly confident here. This is pretty good. And of course, it gives me a night action, although day is rapidly approaching. Well, our aircraft have gone out. Find anything yet, boys? Well, we certainly did. That will probably be their battle cruisers. Yep, looks like 3 of their battle cruisers. Oh, it's the United States class. That is not what I wanted to see. Can I get a torpedo strike off, please? Your targets are enemy capital ships. You never know, I might get lucky. I might get lucky, I might not. I keep speed at around 26 knots. I need to try and approach the convoy if I can. Stay at range though. They've got. I think it looks like one of those is if only one of those is the United States, I'm confident in closing. If it's more than one, I'm a little bit concerned. Okay, there go our brave little torpedo bombers. Come on, my brave lads. Those bastards got Richard Page. How dare they? How dare they get Richard Page? Oh, that... Yeah, that's 2 of the United States class. Yeah, no, I'm not. I am not confident in that engagement anymore. I am going to order a flotilla attack by my destroyers, order disengagement, and we're going to retire. The United States class are just superior ships. I am not... If it's the Constitutions, I can take them. If it's not, then no. We absolutely are not dealing with that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I only have 3 battle cruisers. I don't have any more. Okay, so we managed to drop a torpedo strike on them, which is good. Didn't hit anything, though, which is a shame. Although, that being said... Reports were they were heading west. Could my... Hang on. Could you actually do that? I've launched some fighters off with some bombs. Hopefully they'll find some Murchies. And hit them with some light bombing attacks, cause some damage. But trying to actually engage those 3 battle cruisers, it's really not worth it. Crikey, those enemy torpedo bombers came far out. Unless the enemy's carrier is somewhere nearby, it could be. We've only got 1 carrier. Yes, the enemy's carrier is... Oh, that's one of our light carriers hit with a torpedo. She's fine. She's alright. She'll be fine, I'm sure. Yeah, let's get clear. Okay. Our aircraft delivered some bombs. Don't think they did any damage, but that's okay. Let's retire away as best we can. There we go. Yeah, that was an interesting engagement. Halfman is just... Halfman has the popcorn out. He absolutely has the popcorn out. Yeah, that could have gone better. Problem is, the US's battle cruisers are on... Like, it has to be all the Constitutions for me to engage with the Confederate... with the Sumters. The Sumters can't deal with the 14-inch ships. They can deal with the 12-inch ships by playing keep away. But if it's the 14-inch ships, they just can't handle it. It just doesn't work. Oh, we lost the light carrier. That is not ideal. Battle of Hatteras. Spray just came in, but without her half-sister, not much they can do. Why are the French allied to the Americans? Genuinely. That just it takes it from an even fight to being a horrific loss. Yeah, look at that. 13 battleships, 5 battle cruisers. Second only behind the UK in terms of raw fleet... Well, no. Germans have more raw fleet tonnage, but the French have more battleships than the Germans do. Yeah. Can't seem to catch a break, can I? And if the French join the war, that will drag in the British. And we will be right back where we started. Typical. Absolutely typical. That means I basically have to end the war as quickly as possible on this conflict as well. Which then I've been my second battleship build-up. Right. Okay, we've got them under blockade. Decline all of the battles. Let's get a peace. No, I'm not. Like I say, I'm not actually taking any fights here. Because the French are going to join the war. And we know how that ends. The British then join the war, and the war ends. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It just isn't going to work. There we go. New fighter prototypes. Perfect. A new medium bomber. Not really bothered. Well, our submarines have sunk something, which is good. Coastal raid. No. No, I'm not. I mean, we've got them under blockade. We don't have to actually fight them. I'm also very carefully watching the tension graph. I need this war to end before the French get involved, basically. Okay, there come the corvettes. That's going to prevent us getting any more mines in our face. Resume construction on Braxton Bragg. Lay down one of the Chickamaugas. Well, we'll have the Stonewall Jacksons before too long. One of the things to bear in mind about Rule the Waves is that it's very much a game based on mood. Hang on, they're going to have 4 battleships. We're only going to have 2. They're going to have 2... No. Absolutely not. If they're going to have 2 full-size carriers, I'm not playing. I'm absolutely not playing. Not doing it. It's not worth it. Well... if we're lucky, we might be able to get amongst the convoy at night, savage the merchant ships. Take advantage of the fact that nighttime gunnery is, well, hard enough to do at the best of times. Get in amongst the merchies, damage them, destroy them, sink them. Well, there we go, we spotted the merchies, that's all I needed. They turned away to avoid torpedoes. We did not because we were braver, and now I'm going to savage this merchant convoy. If the battle is forced upon me, I will absolutely fight it, but I have no interest in really trying to fight this conflict because, well, I need to save my ships for when I'm under blockade by the French and the British if I can't end the war before they try and have a crack. I will need my ships for that particular eventuality. And that is the entire one. That is one entire column of the merchies. There we go. Well, we certainly did very well there. Savaged a good chunk of the convoy. Don't know how many exactly we sank, but I'm fairly certain we got a few. Let's have the Norfolk. Well, that was fairly reassuring. We managed to inflict some damage there on that convoy. Ah, we lost the destroyer, but the destroyer action in and amongst the convoy was always going to be bloody and horrific. But it's a good shot in the arm for our forces anyway. The entire convoy basically savaged. Yep, there it is. No, handle it discreetly and quietly. I do not want the British joining the war if we can avoid it. But they're probably going to. Yep, there it is. Now the Confederates are not under block. Now the US is not under blockade, And, well, maintaining our forces here is not exactly ideal. Yeah, like I say, trying to actually fight this war. Like, if it was me in the US, I'd fight it to the finish. It's not, though. The US has called in the British and the French against the mean old Confederacy. Well, that's some of our destroyers coming in. And see, this is what I mean. We're losing ships left, right, and center. Well, in 10 months we'll have 2 new cruisers and 2 new battleships, which is something. And that means we'll have 6 battleships in service. And 3 battle cruisers. But it's just not really viable. Like I say, I'm not willing to risk my fleet on a war that only ends one way. I'm not going to do it. I'm absolutely not going to do it. Negotiate, secure a peace before it gets worse. Okay, thank God. Minor concessions. Thank Christ. Well, we'll have to halt the Braxton Bragg and the Chickamaugas build out, but we can probably finish the Stonewall Jackson class and the Tuscaloosa's before the funds run out. Good God, we got lucky there. Jiminy Christmas, did we get lucky. I'm not kidding. That was way too close. Yeah, I think the Virginians have seen their last war now. They're not of any practical use in the modern era. I suppose I could try rebuilding them into light fleet carriers. What's the maximum speed that hull will allow them to take? 19 knots? It's not worth it. No, it's a temporary measure. You want... If we need more than 7 battleships, you have to let me build. Italy, stop it. Stop trying to be a funny fuck. Okay. Who doesn't have an ally? Italy doesn't, Japan doesn't, Russia doesn't. Neither does Germany. So, I mean, hey, if we can go to war with Spain, take Puerto Rico off them. Maybe the Philippines as well. Probably be a good idea. If I can get away with it. If I can get North Carolina, Stephen Mallory, Stonewall Jackson, the Braxton Braggs into service. So yeah. So the North Carolinas can go into the reserves. The Mallorys can stay active. The Sumters can stay active. All of the 28 Notters can go into mothballs. The 29 Notters go into the reserves. And that leaves everything that's faster than that active. Which I'm fine with for now. We got lucky there. Exceptionally lucky. That could have gone so much worse than it did. Gives us more budget. I have to hope that I've got enough in the budget to finish the To finish the Stonewall Jacksons, we're down to 2 battleships per battle division. Right-wing politician. Oh, go on with the Confederacy. Well, we're now an even more right-wing Confederacy than we already were, which is something, I guess. Suppose in the aftermath of the last war, the military got tired of actually, the politicians getting them into wars that they were not fond of. Right, let me just add aircraft to our various air bases. There we go. Okay, new sub. That new US battle cruiser is going to be trouble. I can see it. Give me a new dockyard increase size program. Yeah, we need more. We need more and bigger ships than we have. That was exceptionally lucky. Well, we got the Stonewall Jacksons at least. Well, that means the Mallorys can go into the reserve fleet. The North Carolinas are in mothballs because, well, they kind of have to be. That's the way it goes. And the Stonewall Jacksons are then their 3rd battle div. If I do that, I can get a 17-inch gun-armed Braxton Bragg equivalent, which will serve with Braxton Bragg in 4th battle div. No. No, we need the new battleship more than we need the armored cruiser. Oh, good lord, none of those are worth taking forward. What's the point of having a right-wing dictatorship if Congress keeps voting to drop naval spending? What is the point? Well, that gives me some more money. Confederate aeromotive. That is abysmal. That's an abysmal fighter. Yep. Have that chap cashiered. God damn it. This is really not ideal. 29 months. It would give me another modern battle cruiser, which I desperately need. No, I can't. I can't afford it. Yeah, 13 more destroyers? Absolutely. Let me just actually... So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the superimposed turrets. Increase the guns to duels. And there we go. Basically the same ship. Same ship as before with increased depth charge stowage and 4 depth charge throwers. There we go. Yep, so they want 13 destroyers. They can actually have them. It's no different to building a new capital ship. That's slightly better than our current maritime patrol aircraft. It's not great, but it could be worse. Oh, for the love of... No. I am gonna protest... No. Navy League. Derail the plans for a new palace. Raise world tension. Please, somebody do something. Well, Confederate Aeromotive have once again done the thing of creating an aircraft that's worse than what we currently operate. They keep doing this. Why do they keep... With tensions low, Oh my god. I'm gonna have to halt construction of the battleship to get the destroyers done. I just... 13 submarines, Naval Secretary? Sure. You can have 6 small subs. You can have 6 new small subs. Okay, quick. I'm sorry, I don't want to do this, but I kind of have to. Because I need somebody to raise world tension, and if no one else is going to, it may as well be me. Russia can buy that to get, you know, me more money. Nope. Not limiting my national security. Don't care. Not attending a naval conference. I'm not doing it. I'm just absolutely not doing it. There we go. Okay, the Falklands are apparently now independent from the UK. Which is something, I guess. Oh, thank goodness. I was wondering if the President would ever do his job and allocate more funding to the Navy. Does he want me to starve? How the hell am I supposed to build him a fleet that's worth a damn? Oh, thank goodness. Right. Now we can resume construction on both of our capital ship projects. Good gravy. I'm gonna build a tranche of 4 light carriers. Does it have to have 6-inch? Can it have 5-inch guns? No, it has to have 6-inch guns. Well, at least they're in casemates, so they don't weigh that much. Four 6-inch guns, which are dual purpose. That is fine. 65 aircraft. I'd rather have 60. And armor the flight deck a little bit. And drop the number of AA guns down to 12 guns. And that's fine. The 6-inch isn't gonna get used to get much, 100 rounds per gun. Belt's fine. Flight deck armor's fine. Drop the flight deck armor down a little bit. Actually, I'd rather only carry 50 aircraft if I have to have... Because flight deck armor has saved my carriers more times than I can think of. Go on. We'll have a gunnery competition. Hey! One of the new cruisers won the cup. Lovely! Again, Southern Eagle, once again, proving to me that they can't build aircraft worth a damn. Again. Christ on a bike. This keeps happening. Yeah, go on. I will replace a bad admiral with a good admiral. That's one of the rare cases where that's to my benefit. Okay, now we continue to build more ships. I am gonna finish these ships if it kills me. What's the cost to construct? They are expensive, but they're not so expensive that I can't build them. Although, actually, that being said, if we can build purpose-built fleet carriers, can we build purpose-built light carriers? Because if we can... We can. Okay. So I'll keep the full carrier design saved away. But what I am going to do... is I absolutely am going to build... these. Because they will cost half as much, and I can get 4 light carriers out for the same cost. Yeah, go on. Yes, Panama's under our control. The Panama Canal's ours. Yes. And that complicates things for everybody involved. Neither of those are good options. Go for it, I guess. Start laying down the first of those ships now. And then we can lay down... no, you cannot cut the naval budget. I don't care what you think. You don't get to cut the naval budget. I need it. Fudge. I fight a war against any opponent. Oh my god, stop. Why? Why is it always the British and the French? Send a note. Yay! The note worked. Tension came down. Very good. Protest energetically. I don't... I have prestige. I don't have budget. Okay. So we got Braxton Bragg. She's a one-off. And she's basically the only ship in 4th Battle Division. We're up to 7 ships now. Okay. Got the Sumpters. Got the 3 Braxton. Got the 3 16-inch ships. I need a repeat of the 2 Scalusas if I can get away with it. And honestly, given I can get basically a better ship for... Honestly, the... Oh, okay, that's fine. If I can't have triples, that's fine. I can at least carry 2 broadside triple torpedo launchers instead. And have normal engines. The Lady Davis class, ladies and gentlemen. Like, literally most of this... what year have you gotten to? It's only 1930. Velik, it is only 1930. Of course, yes, have some insightful comments. No, I don't want to keep doing things like that, thank you. Can I afford to build another carrier? Yes, I can! How can our yards be complaining? I'm building 3 carriers and a battle cruiser. Stop being annoyed with me. Finally, a much better fighter than what we're currently using. Been waiting ages for one to come along. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my god, we're so close to losing everything. A diplomatic solution to the crisis in the Balkans, I think, is probably best for everybody involved. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Okay, now, quickly, let's go aggressively after Japan, because that way everyone else becomes less annoyed at the Confederacy. Good, more funding for the Navy. Keep out of foreign adventures. Tension, come down, please. Okay. Phew. For a second there, I was having another war's gonna start before I'm ready moment. Don't want that. Really don't want that. Although I am rather concerned that the AI has built some diminutive ships. Which is a bit weird. The French battlecruiser fleet I am somewhat concerned about, but I'm fairly certain if I can just get Chickamauga into service, that'll give me 4 battlecruisers, which is a 1-ship advantage, and I can beat them. So 3 light carriers. Go on, we'll have a shooting competition. Why not? Yes, new torpedo bomber. Range and reliability. Always. Hang on. Let me just get us out of the red for a hot minute. Ah, the world economy is recovered. Beautiful. We can now build air bases that can carry 60 aircraft. Marvelous. Yes. I will give the president more prestige. Ah, all forward main armament. Very good indeed. So we got these. These are all fine. 813s, 1014s. So you have improved director. You have improved director. Only Braxton Bragg has advanced. Well, let's start from the back and work forwards then. So rebuild the North Carolinas with reliable machinery and an advanced director. It'll take 12 months. Make their batteries dual purpose. Give them a pair of AA directors, 7 medium AA guns, and the rest we'll give them light AA guns. There we go. I know it could have improved main guns, but that is a cost I can't afford to pay. Whereas rebuilding them is a cost I can afford to actually pay. And I will continue to pay it. That naval patrol aircraft is worse than our current one in every conceivable metric. Okay, halt Chickamauga for a second, just while we rebuild our finances. Ah, good, the President allocates more funding to the Navy. Spain, no! No Falklands for you! I know you want them, but no! Okay, the President is allocating more funding to the Navy in a really major way. Not that I'm complaining. Okay, that's a new largest battleship in the world at 43,000 tons. Ah, a new battle cruiser. Is without that. No, I don't want to fight Britain or France. I want to fight somebody weak, like Spain. Can I please fight the Spanish? Please let me fight the Spanish. I want to fight the Spanish. There we go. Building our new full-size fleet carriers now. Armoured carriers. Yes, a strong arms industry is good for the country. I mean, it absolutely is. Japan and Russia keep knocking 7 bells out of each other. They really do. Ah, our new ships are in the fleets. Thank goodness for that. The rumours France is about to war us. I mean, we just stepped down from a war warning. What do you want? We literally just stepped down from a war warning. We need to refit the Sumters with better engines. Replace machinery. Speed priority. Push for 30 knots. Advanced director. Single AA director. And then give it 5 light AA guns. Remove the torpedo tubes to make way for the weight we need for these guns. And 25 guns. Put the 3-inch mounts in single mounts and make them dual purpose. It'll do. Oh my lord, the building cost. Oh. That build, it's, to be fair though, it is, to be fair, it is still, even at that exorbitant price, cheaper than building a new battle cruiser. Nope. Okay. Purge the Navy. Just because I need to keep my budget. I need the budget, because otherwise it's not going to be in the budget. Honestly, at that point... Okay, so let me... get me a new battle cruiser design. No. No. Can we use the all-forward design, please? Thank you. Right, okay. So I'm going to go for 14-inch guns. I'm going to go for an inclined belt of about 10 inches. And 10 inch on the turrets. I'm going to go for 30 knots with non-unit machinery. And basically, one of the things I want to do is I want to try and bring the cost of these ships down as much as I can. So that basically we don't break the bank building them. Conning towers on ships, just worthless. Really don't need them. I want to see a 1930 supercarrier. It's not possible. It's just not possible. No. Building this ship would be theoretically possible. Well, the thing is, if I'm getting if Chicken Bug is in service, if you can do 30 knots. If we get the forward superimposed gun to be a twin, that helps in one regard. Drop the armor down to 11 inches, that helps in another regard. Make the secondaries 4-inch dual-purpose mounts. The tertiaries, no tertiaries. Give it a single AA director. Move the midships turret slightly forwards. There we go. And that gives us an 8-gun broadside of 18-inch guns on this new battlecruiser. It can just about resist its own guns in a limited band. Which is honestly good enough for me. Drop the belt extended a bit. Thicken up the turrets to 12 inches. Actually, how much is it? Honestly, I'd have a better immunity zone if I dropped turret tops and deck down and had a 13-inch belt and 13-inch turret faces. I'd have a way better chance that way. Yeah, still, that's better. Wait, 14? 14? No. Oh, because it's hang. Oh, yeah. Well, that helps a little bit. The battlecruiser Secession. She's going to be expensive to build, but if we can get her into service, she'll be a massive help. Okay, so that helps with that. Then the Stephen Mallorys need to get rebuilt. So not going to refresh their engines right now. Advanced directors. 2 AA directors. 10 medium AA guns. 20 light AA guns. And 6 4-inch dual-purpose AA guns. There we go. Rebuild her quickly. Yes, please. So that gives Columbus a new set of aircraft. And then Richmond comes in. 2 battleships finish their reconstruction. The North Carolinas are now in the active fleet. Now the Stonewall Jacksons need to finish their reconstruction. AA directors. 10 medium AA guns. 30 light AA guns. And 6 dual-purpose 4-inch guns. Only take 3 months to do. It'll cost a fair bit, but it'll only take 3 months to do. And then we'll have them in the fleet. So there we go. Richmond has her aircraft now. Very good. Oh, that new torpedo bomber is much better than the one we currently use. Okay, the French have decided that they want to have another war, except this time they have no friends. And the amount of ships they can bring into the Caribbean is... yeah, they only have the Antilles and... yeah, the French just cannot bring a massive fleet to bear in the Caribbean, so that's something. Yeah, let me add Chickamauga to 4th battle. Sorry, not battle division. Sorry. There we go. There we go. So we need. So North Carolina's done. Braxton Bragg already has it. The Sumters really need it. That's the thing, is the Sumters really need it. They need to refresh their engine. Oh, I promise refreshing their engines takes 12 months. I don't have that now. I'm at war. They need better directors, though. And they at least need some basic way to defend against air power. Even if it's just some medium and light AA guns. No, they're not battleships. They're not. Yeah, I need you guys in and rebuilt and out and back into the fleet ASAP. How far away are the carriers? 16 months. Okay, they can be halted while these rebuilds that we urgently need take priority. 2 Lady Davis class light cruisers are nearly ready to go. Okay, bring out the old destroyers to protect trade. Along with the old gunboats. And on that, the outbreak of another war with France, I am going to leave you all. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I hope you've had a fantastic time. Tune in tomorrow for Railroader. And I hope you have all enjoyed. Take care, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye!